Hello and welcome back to the channel. So recently I was asked to do a video showing how I would color a ghost. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to color a ghost on camera. And we are working out of 50 Halloween Miniatures by Camila Angelkova. And I am using the Brute Funer 180 colored pencils. And from what I understand, if you have the Sioux Color 180, the color names and numbers, well, I'm not sure about the numbers, but the color names are the same on those as they are on these. But okay, we will get started. So the image I've been working on, and I have started working on it a little bit already, just to get us ready for the video, is this image right here. And as you can see, I've started doing some of the grass and some of the dirt path here. So I'll zoom in and we'll get started, and I will show you how I normally do this. Now, this is in no way the only way, nor is it the best way. It's just one of many ways that you can color a ghost, and this is just the way that I normally do this. So yeah, all right, we will get you zoomed in all the way. There you go. Get you started. There is a little pencil dust on here because I did what you should not do, and I wiped it away with my hand instead of my brush. So let's see. I'm trying to see. No, one of my erasers is out, and I have to put a refill in there. There's my electric eraser, so we'll see if I can get that up a little. There we go. Yeah, definitely don't swipe with your hand if you can help it. If you have just a old just have a makeup brush. This one here came from the Dollar Tree for $1. I do have some others that I ordered off Amazon that I sometimes use, but this one I got from the Dollar Tree for $1. I also have this one I leave on my desk all the time that I also got from the Dollar Tree for just $1, and it works well too. Anyway, let me zoom you right back in and we'll get going. So for the grass, the colors that I chose for that is olive, light olive, dark yellowish green, and apple green. So we have a little bit of grass here, a little here, and down in here. So what we'll do is we'll get started. Now, the grass, you can see the path here and here, and it apparently meets to make one path here. So I'm going to take this green and I'm going to start here. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. I'll start here, and I'm going to follow along this path that's already there. And then I'm going to go up and continue this path where I think it would go, just in a much, much lighter hand than when I'm outside of the area that's supposed to be the ghost. So we'll just kind of do like that for now. Okay, and I'm going to take this olive and go around everything. I probably need to give it a sharpen. So I have been doing all the rest of the grass off camera. So let me take care of that real fast. I apologize. I should have done this before I hit start on the video. Sorry for the noise. Okay. So, and then we have grass down in here. And along here. And I'm just taking this olive color along everything where there might be a shadow and whatnot. And where these little blades of grass are drawn in, I'm going to go over those with this as well. And I'm also going to take this up here and kind of go around where that stone would be. But anytime you're working inside the area that's supposed to be the ghost, you definitely want a much lighter hand than the rest, because it's supposed to be see-through. So you would see the color behind it, however, it would be a lot lighter than it would be where the area where the ghost is not, if that makes sense. I'm sure I probably could have said that in a better way. But anyhow, next is going to be our light olive. And we're just going to go over what we've already laid down and bring that out a bit. And again, where we have this, we're going to go over that and bring that down a little there as well. But again, very, very light hand. Very, very, very light hand inside the ghost. Now this is just one way that this can be done. You could also just kind of shade on the ghost with a light gray in areas where you think it would have some shading. But this is the way that I personally prefer. And again, this is not the best way. It's not the only way. It's just the way I normally do this. Okay. I'm going to bring this color down just a little more in here. And we're not going to worry about the lines for the eyes or the mouth or the hands or any of that right now. Next, we're going to go in with our dark yellowish green. And we're going to go over everything and extend it down. You only want to use heavier pressure when you're outside of the area the ghost is. Okay, and lastly, we are going to go in with our apple green and just fill everything in. Sorry for all the movement. Fill everything in, as well as get those colors to blend together. So I normally do what is outside of the area of the ghost first, since I do use heavier pressure there. Let me give this pencil a quick sharpen. These pencils do seem to work really well on this Amazon Create Space paper, in case you're interested. But yeah, so I'm going to go over this area first. That's outside the area of the ghost, because I am going to use heavier pressure in that area. And then okay, with a really light hand, I'm going to fill in the rest of this area right here. That would be grass. Just with a very light touch here. Okay, and I'm not worried about that white spot for right now, because we have another step we're going to do that should pretty much get rid of that. Okay, so now this area up in here would all be that dirt path. So for the dirt path, I have chosen trying to get them situated in my hand in the correct order. I have chosen tan, apricot yellow, and ginger yellow. Just 3 shades of brown. I am going to sharpen this. I apologize again. I should have done this off camera. All right, with our tan, we are going to follow this trail, where the trail would be, and lay a little bit of this in. Again, very, very light-handed here. Very light-handed. And then again along here where the grass stops, I'm going to put a little bit of this, but again, extremely light hand here. Okay. All right. Now, this was here. So we'll extend this over just a little bit onto the ghost. Okay. And next we are going to use our apricot yellow. And we're going to go over everything we've laid down. Extend it out, blend it together a little. Again, not worrying about the eyes or the mouth, because he is completely see-through. Supposed to be, since he is a ghost. Okay. And I'm going to just go ahead and go along all this real quickly. Okay. And then at the bottom here, we want some of this color here too, very lightly. And I'm probably only going to go to this point right here, and I will end up finishing this off camera. I just want to really get you to see how I do the ghost mainly. Okay, so next we're going to go with ginger yellow. I'm going to give that a sharpen. Sorry about that. Okay. So now we're going to go over everything. We're going to blend these colors together. Inside the ghost, very light hand still. Very, very, very light hand. Don't worry about the white spot. White spot is something that I prefer not to have. So yes, that does make me want to keep going till I fill that in, but we're going to fill that in, just not with this step or with this pencil. Okay, so, and I'm going to bring this down a little. So I want you to have some stuff fully around the ghost filled in so that you can kind of see how we're going to do. All right, now the only thing we have left showing inside this ghost are some of these rocks. So let me grab some grays and we'll fill that in as well. Inner grays. I think I will go with mist gray, light gray, and metallic silver. Mist gray, light gray, and metallic silver. Mist gray, gray, and metallic silver. So these are the colors that we'll use on these rocks down here at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to take my mist gray, which is missing part of his T. but nevertheless, it will still color the same. So we'll just put some of this mist gray around the edge of this rock here and along the lines that the artist has given us. And again here on this rock above that one. Now when we go around inside the ghost, just remember, light touch, lighten up your pressure. Okay. Now along these lines, make sure you can still see what I'm doing, hopefully. Okay, and then light gray. We'll go over that, blend that out a little, extend it just a little. Same with this one, we'll go over that there. Very light hand inside the ghost though. That's the key. You want that color inside the area of the ghost, but you want it lighter than everything around it. Okay, so metallic silver. And with this, we will blend all these colors together and we will fill this in. Okay, I probably should have picked maybe a different color combination, but that's okay. All right. I'll probably add some darker gray to that at another time. Or some more of this color, this mist gray, just to deepen up that a little. I might add a little black in there, just on the outside, not on the inside where the ghost is, inside of the ghost. Okay, so now as you can see, we have our ghost pretty much filled in. So now what I'm going to do, if I can find it, there it is let me get some of this off of here. Make sure it's clean. You always want to make sure, if you have used your white, that before you go to use it again, that you scribble a little on a blank sheet of paper to make sure that there's no color on the tip. Because if otherwise, that color will transfer to your page. So, we're going to take our white, and we are going to go over this and blend this colors together. Get rid of that white spot. It also will lighten the color just a little bit inside of that area. You could also probably do this with maybe a really light pastel blue. That might work out. I'm not sure. I have not quite tried. But okay, I know that the white does pretty well. So before you go over any other color, you just want to clean your tip of your pencil again. So we will go over this little bit of gray here. And then I'm going to clean that off again, make sure there's no gray left behind. Okay, and now we'll go along this dirt path. And again, kind of firm pressure here. I mean, you want to get rid of this white spot and fill in, and lighten up the color. Sorry. And you also don't want to do what I just did and wipe that with your hand. So try to use a brush if you have one. If you don't, maybe just try to blow that away instead of running your hand across there. Okay, so let's see where we're at now. Now what we're going to do is, if I can find it, there it is. We are going to take a little bit of white Posca, and the one I have here is the, PC1M. Right there, it says it's a 0.7 millimeter. And I'm going to go along the outline of the ghost. Now, the reason why I'm using Posca instead of gel pen is because the Posca tends to let a little bit of that normally, although I think I shook it too much, a little bit of that line work still show through normally, unless you do 2 coats. As it dries, it will lighten up some. But yeah, I'm just gonna follow the outline of this ghost, and I'm gonna go around his eyes. You really don't want it bright white. I wasn't expecting this. This normally isn't that bright when I put it over the line work. But yeah. So we will let that dry. I'm gonna zoom you out for a minute. And there, as you can see, it kind of looks like you have a transparent ghost. And you can see everything behind. So that is the way that I normally tackle ghosts on a coloring page. But again, like I say, you could also just maybe instead of doing this, you could just shade with a light gray or something like that, and that would work also. And there are many different ways. This is just the way that I prefer to do it. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment down below, and if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. And I think that's all. Until the next time, stay safe and happy coloring. Bye, guys.